Hi everyone, this is the Cutie Queer Review. I am your Cutie Queer host, CJ. My pronouns are they, them, theirs. And today I will be reviewing episode 1 of Marvel's Runaways on Hulu, also comparing it to the Marvel comic book series. Now, the Runaways comic book series started in 2002. I didn't really start getting into it until like 2005, 2004. And when I first picked up an issue, I loved it. And since I got into the series so late, when it kind of stopped around 2009, I was devastated. One main character that I really felt attached to was Carolina Dean. New issues are coming out now, which I love, and Carolina Dean was one of my first favorite characters. She's a lesbian, and basically her superpowers are light manipulation. Basically, she's a flying rainbow, I love it. As of 2017, this past New York Comic Con, I actually cosplayed as Carolina Dean, and I actually got to meet Rainbow Rowell, who is the new writer. Going back to the comparison between Marvel's Runaways on Hulu and Marvel's Runaways the comic book series, I'm first going to address the bigger changes and then slowly work my way down. To me, one of the bigger changes is the change of the character of Molly Hayes. And I believe she is 11 years old, and she's one of the more innocent kind of characters. She's also a mutant, and she has super strength powers. Now in the Hulu show, the basis of her powers really hasn't changed, but there's more of a mystery to it because now Molly Hayes is Molly Hernandez. Now I love the idea of Molly being a Latina character. I think she's at least age 14 in the Hulu show. Now, as of making the Hulu show, Marvel is owned by Disney, and Disney is in the process of purchasing Fox. But now what I'm thinking is that maybe Molly Hernandez's background could be somehow related to the Logan movie, because New Mutants being born in Mexico was a big plot device in that Logan movie. Now, there's the aspect of Nico Minoru's sister, Amy Minoru, who absolutely does not exist in the comic book series. She is a completely new fabricated character for the Hulu show. But the addition of the sister character at first kind of really threw me off. Now also there's the introduction of the character Destiny Gonzalez. Now Destiny does exist within the Marvel comic book series. She's just very much a minor character who shows up to be sacrificed. In the Hulu show, I do like how they added more character, more background for Destiny. And I'm curious to see how Carolina and the rest of the characters actually knowing who this person is, how that will affect the rest of the story. Now, another big change that I want to address within the Hulu show is with the character of Carolina Dean and her family. In the comic book series, her two parents are both well-known actors. And I think that's briefly referenced in the Hulu show, at least for the father character. But as for Carolina's mother in the Hulu show, it seems that she's running some kind of Scientology-based cult, which really threw me off. Because in the comic books, there were a lot of references to popular culture and other well-known events. Kind of like how in the Hulu show, Molly says something to the effect, we're not kids anymore. And I feel like that's a little in-joke reference. And I see little references to the comic within the show, like how when Alex Wilder said, we could play a game of Twister. There actually is a part in the comic books where they're pretending to play a game of Twister to throw off their parents. And now going back to other references, like with Carolina Dean's code name, Lucy in the Sky, LSD, and then in the show, Carolina goes to a party and is offered party drugs. And then there's that whole scene where we get a glimpse of her powers when she takes off her bracelet. Now, the thing that I really didn't like was the sexual assault scene. Thought it was completely unnecessary, really unnecessary plot device, and at the bare minimum, a show of character development for Chase, which is such a low bar. While in the comic books, he is a good character, but he's also very nuanced. Now, what I really enjoyed with the comics with Carolina Dean as a lesbian character was her struggle with coming out and that feeling of isolation that many teenagers have, especially LGBTQ teenagers. In the comic books, after the Runaways run away from the Pride, they encounter a vampire character named Topher, and in that time with the character, she kind of puts to the forefront her dealing with her identity and her dealing with her depression to the point of she asked him to kill her. And now with the way the Hulu show is going, I don't really think they're going to include the vampire character. What I'm really interested in seeing a kind of crossover between the Runaways show and the Marvel Cloak and Dagger show, because prior to the Runaways, Cloak and Dagger was the comic book series, and they did do a brief cameo within the Runaways comics. Now, within the Hulu show, it seems that Cloak and Dagger are teenagers going through their own dealings with their superpowers. I would just really like to see what kind of dynamic that would be between the Runaways and Cloak and Dagger if they were to meet. I have enjoyed the show so far. Will these big changes affect the overall feel of the show, the core character of who the Runaways are? I don't know. I can't wait to find out. For right now, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please like it. If you liked it, please subscribe. And I can't wait to come back and make another video. And to all you geeks out there, keep on reading, keep on writing, keep on watching, and keep on geeking out.